Well, another day of high drama that is as yet unexplained in the Michael Jackson trial. I took some notes this morning starting at 8:15 when Jackson's attorney, Tom Mesereau, was on his cell phone for the first of 3 phone calls. Remember, the court's supposed to start at 8:30 local time. At 8:21, he took a third cell phone call, looked at his watch, and looked very concerned. And I turned to Jim Thomas, who's our NBC analyst and a former county sheriff here, and said, something's up. Mesereau left the courtroom. At 8:23, Joe and Catherine Jackson came in, Michael Jackson's parents, without Michael. At 8:30, no Jackson. At 8:34, Mesereau talks to Tom Sneddon, calls him aside. He's the prosecutor. And at 8:36, Michael Jackson came in. My notes say that he struggles in taking baby steps, looking very unsteady, wearing sunglasses. He looks to be medicated. I'm not a doctor, but he looked like he was medicated. He had the shakes. He was being held at each elbow by a bodyguard on one side and another court assistant on the other. Sat down very unsteadily, brought a tissue to his mouth. At 8:38, Attorney Brian Oxman, who's a family attorney, came in with a doctor wearing scrubs. The doctor's name is Bert Weiner from a local hospital, wearing scrubs and a leather-sleeved athletic jacket that had the legend Big Dogs on the back. At 8:40, the court bailiff, Leslie Avila, said, "Doctor, I need you to come in here with me." And the doctor was called into the judge's chambers. At 8:48, the doctor came out. 8:50, Mesereau and Tom Sneddon again went back into the courtroom from the judge's chambers. And finally, it wasn't until 9:14 that Dr. Weiner sits down in a seat in the courtroom. The judge comes in and immediately says to Mesereau, "You were cross-examining the witness," and the trial resumed, the jury having been brought in. No explanation whatsoever. There was speculation in that 44-minute interregnum that Jackson, this is the third time that he's been late. The first time, you might recall, he had the flu and it caused a week's delay. The next time he had was famous pajama day. He had a bad back, he said. And there was a lot of speculation that he would, at this point, be incarcerated and held throughout the trial. That has not happened. There has been no order from the judge. The trial has resumed with cross-examination of the sheriff's investigator. And we're going to go back in a few minutes and see what happened. This is Mike Taibbi for NBC News in Santa Maria.